Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Nintendo Switch 2. Let's talk about this in this video. What's going on, everybody? This is CR.Worlds. If you are new here, make sure you hit the 4 buttons that you see on my screen. A like would be nice. Be sure to comment, especially share, and why subscribe? Well, because I make Grand Theft Auto videos. Well, technically I make gaming news videos, but Grand Theft Auto is part of it, so let's get started. Take-Two Interactive has made an announcement. Actually, the CEO, Strauss Zelnick, hinted at the possibility of supporting the new system at a recent earnings call. He acknowledged that while past Nintendo consoles were more catered to a younger audience, games like Red Dead Redemption or Illinois, I don't think these two games are catering toward a younger audience, but I digress. The Switch has finally, according to him, broadened its appeal, making it viable for a wider range of games. So basically, Zelnick is thinking like, okay, the Switch 2 is now open for everybody to bring in their games into the platform, and that also includes Take-Two Interactive themselves. So there's a potential for the Grand Theft Auto series to make its way to the Nintendo Switch 2. Now we know that the trilogy is available on the Nintendo Switch, but we still have yet to see Grand Theft Auto 4 or Grand Theft Auto 5 making its way to the Nintendo platform. We know since the Switch is going out very soon, I believe that Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5 will make their way to the Nintendo Switch 2. But for now, this is just a rumor.
We started a rumor.
What rumor?
And the rumor is that Grand Theft Auto 6 is possible on the Nintendo Switch 2. Though that is uncertain, we know that Zelnick has reaffirmed once again at the earnings call that Grand Theft Auto 6 is scheduled for a fall release this year. So he also shared some insights on the company's strategies regarding PC releases, which according to him has been delayed after console launches. Now my analysis here is that despite the fact that the PC gaming's growth is around $30 billion, Zelnick's focus appears to be more on the console sales. But I believe that the growing support from major publishers like Take-Two and other publishers like Square Enix or even Sony and Microsoft, I think this could herald like a new era for Nintendo, because now we have lots of third-party support, and we are definitely seeing a growth of third-party game coming into the platform. So that will lead to a richer gaming experience for Nintendo users, and that will definitely pave the way for more mature titles traditionally being absent from Nintendo's lineup. So finally, we are getting into this moment in history, in the gaming history, where Nintendo will finally be taken seriously, as instead of being treated like, oh, the Nintendo console is just for children, it's going to be now for everybody. Children, teens, young adults, even the older mature adults. Alright, so moving on to our next topic, it now seems that all the online folks speculating about the Switch 2 Joy-Con having the mouse functionality were absolutely correct, because we just got a patent from Nintendo which was filed back in August 2023 that showcased the functionality of the new Joy-Con for the new console, and yes, it does include a sensor for mouse operation. So the article is from gizmodo.com, and it reads, Nintendo filed its patent on August 1st, 2023, though the world's intellectual property organization finally published the paper on Thursday, which is this past Thursday. According to a machine translation of the patent, Nintendo described a wireless mouse feature, and the actual sensor is further described as a mouse operation sensor, which detects reflected light from the surface that changes by moving on the surface. So just like a mouse, just like a computer mouse, you'll need to place the controller on a flat surface to get it to work. Now, most modern optical computer mice use a low resolution optoelectronic sensor that takes thousands of images on the surface every second. That's the red LED like you see when you hold up your mouse on the side. The pattern does not directly reference an optoelectronic sensor. Instead, it describes a hole provided on one side surface used for guiding the reflected light to the mouse operation sensor. That hole may be located between the joystick and four buttons on the other side of the Joy-Con. So they're talking about that small hole that you see on your screen right there. If we had to judge by the included diagrams, the trigger and bumper on each controller will act as the mouse click, and I believe the mouse click would be what you see on your screen, number 1. Multiple included images show a hand with the thumb on the joystick. Multiple parts of the patterns mention the use of the thumbstick, and we suspect it will act as the scroll wheel or serve some other scrolling function. So basically, the thumbstick will be acting as your mouse wheel, allegedly. Now we suspect the mouse feature will be a huge blessing for those who are developing PC games. And recently, the executive producer for Civilization 7, Dennis Shirk, recently spoke to IGN, and he said this. He said that he loves what Nintendo are doing with the controllers. That will definitely attract PC gamers and as well as indie developers. Now, why am I talking about indie developers? Well, because I believe that it will lead to an increased interest in indie game development. That will definitely encourage them to port their titles to the Nintendo Switch 2, especially games like strategy games and shooters. So I think this is a great opportunity for Nintendo, but I also think that it will pose a lot of challenges for them. So here are some of the opportunities that I believe Nintendo will have with the mouse functionality. It will definitely see a growth in game libraries, so that will definitely open doors for a wide array of game genre for the Switch 2. Most likely first-person shooters and strategy games like Call of Duty or Diablo. And I also believe that it will definitely create a differentiation in the market, because I believe that it will provide an opportunity for Nintendo to differentiate itself from the competitive console markets. Now, here are some of the challenges that the Nintendo Switch 2 might be facing. Consumer skepticism. I believe that people who will be introduced to the mouse functionality when it gets shown in the April Direct, they will probably be thinking that, oh, it's not what they were expecting, or they might not like it. Some people might not like it, but some people might like it. I remember when I was introduced to the Wii remote, I was not really keen on it until it was demonstrated by Nintendo. So I think some of those people who sees the mouse functionality, some people might not like it. So it's up to Nintendo to pretty much showcase them how it works. And that will most likely happen in April at the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And another one I think may happen, another challenge I think may happen, technical limitation. So the mouse functionality might not work, or it might have some issues, especially when it gets first demonstrated. I hope they don't have that issues when they present the functionality at the Direct, but it's more likely that they might have some issues when people get to try out the Switch 2 at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. So it's up to the gaming community who are about to try out the game to let Nintendo know of some of those issues in advance, so that it will give Nintendo the opportunity to fix the issues and even push in a bug fix into the Switch 2 firmware update right before the release date of the Switch 2. So having that kind of strategy will definitely help the Switch 2, and there will not be any issues come release date. So this is what I recommend. I also see a lot of game diversity with the mouse functionality. More likely, hopefully I get to see like Metroid Prime 4, the Switch 2 version, which actually uses the mouse functionality. But that's just me. I'm still okay seeing Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch itself. Anyway, that's about it for all my analysis and what I think about the mouse functionality. We are in for a great time, everybody. So I'm gonna go. Make sure you hit the 4 buttons that you see on your screen. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. Until next time, bye.